Hey there, welcome back to Bantu G. So if you're watching this video, you're probably preparing to plan for a new year, crossing over from one calendar year, January 1 to 31st of a year to another, or you're preparing to move to a new year, like your birthday, probably an anniversary, set a couple of goals and all of that. So there's something that happens when a year is ending, whether your birthday or, like I said, the calendar year. We get into this phase, into this mood of drafting out resolutions, creating plans of what we want to achieve in the coming year. And for many of us, we write out these goals, write out these plans, but we don't get to act on them. We don't get to live them out. We don't get to fulfill them. So there are stuff that we just write down, like big, broad plans, right? So people go as far as setting smart goals, and then we don't actually create steps or create take actions that would help you reach all of this. So this video, I'm going to be talking to you about vision boarding. What is vision boarding? How important is it? Should you vision board? How should you vision board? What does vision boarding mean, and how is it different from, drafting out your goals in a sheet on your to-do list? All right, so let's understand what vision boarding is. Vision boarding is a pictorial representation of what your goals or your dreams are. Think about it as a college, right? Like a set of pictures or pictograms that you put together to say, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to achieve. So instead of just writing out that I want to build a house in 2025, you take more steps. You like draft out what you want the house to look like, you draft out the location, and then you put it there, and then you want to get married by this year, you put it on your vision board. You just select pictures, colleges of what you want to do. So the vision boarding is more of visualizing your goals, right? Creating them into pictures that you can see. Once you have these pictures created, it's something that you see, they are a constant reminder. You know that this is what you want at this point in your life, and you could do it on a cardboard paper, right? You could do it on your PC, you could do it on your phone, and anytime you just pick up these devices, you will see them. Once you wake up in the morning, and then you're looking straight at the wall ahead of you, and then you're seeing what your visions for the year are. So beyond writing out goals, it's also important to create visuals, to create something that you can see and say, oh, this is what my plans are. You're constantly reminded. For some people, what they do is, instead of writing out these goals that they have on sheets of paper or in their journals and then closing it, you can get sticky notes. You don't have to go as far as cutting out pictures from magazines. You could just get sticky notes, write these goals out, and then stick them at different points of your wall, at your workplace or at your work desk. Stick some in your bathroom, stick some in your home. Just stick as many as you can, so that as you're seeing this, is a constant reminder. Instead of writing it down in your journal, then you're not opening the journal until December 31st, when you have to write out new set of goals again. So this is why it's important to have vision boards. Okay, so vision boards are not just, don't just think of it as an artistic process where you're just, like I said, cutting out pictures from magazines. It's something that it helps your psychology, right? So if you've taken another step beyond writing out what your goals are, and then you've taken another step to actually creating visuals of what you want them to be, is a constant reminder for you. It hastens your psychological process. Like, that's just the best way to say it. Some people see it as cognitive, some people see it as some sort of mind shift. It's just like when people say, okay, you want to read books, and then you are reading e-copies on your mobile phone, and then you have the hard copy. For some people, it's way easier to deal with the hard copy, because you're seeing it every day. The book is staring right back at you, that read me read me. Than on your mobile phone, where you could be reading this book, and then a notification comes on, and then you're distracted. So it's good if you take the extra step, beyond writing down these goals, to actually creating vision boards, right? So you've taken, it's more like acting on your goals immediately. This is one of the importance of having vision boards. So how do you create vision boards? Like I said, you can start by cutting out images from magazines and then sticking it onto a cardboard, or you can use tools such as Canva. You can use tools like Canva, and then you just have vision boards for different areas of your life, and then you put them together. You could have for marriage, your education, your finances, your career, family, personal development. You can have these different vision boards. But what I plan on doing, like entering into the new year, is to just have like this, like I've said, these different categories listed out, and then put them together as one, and use it as my PC's or desktop wallpaper, or as my phone's wallpaper, or as some sort of profile picture somewhere, so that it's a constant reminder, things that I actually open almost at the time, so I can see them at different points. I'll be reminded that this is what I want to do. Or you could, like I said, if you just get a cardboard or somewhere on your wall, or this whiteboard that people use these days, just put it somewhere and then stick out these images, and then you have a vision board. It's actually a very simple and straightforward process. So what should you include on your vision board? Well, like I've said, your goals. Although you don't have to limit it to your goals, it could also be your plans or strategic areas of your life. For instance, for myself, I plan on focusing on 3 areas of my life come 2024: academics, personal development, and of course, spiritual growth and all of that. So those areas are what I'm going to include in my vision board. If you want to focus more on your finances, fine, you could go ahead and create a vision board around finances. And again, I think it's also important to note that beyond the what of your plans, also include the how, right? Don't just create these goals and say, okay, this is what I want to do. How are you going to achieve it? So as you're doing your vision board, as you're sticking out these images or sticking these images on the board, you could also have short, cute, did I say cute? You could also have short notes, right? These sticky notes, and then just attach them to your vision board, and then list out the actionable steps you're taking to achieve all of these goals. So one thing that I think that we should know when it comes to vision boards, just like a yearly goals, is it's not just a one-time affair, right? So once you create the vision board, you should not just leave it at that. Regularly update it. Okay, know that this is done, and this is you're yet to do this, or it's beginning to seem like you cannot achieve this in this particular period of your time. It's fine. Just make sure you track your progress beyond just creating out these goals or creating a vision board. It is also important that you track out your goals, or you track your goals rather. Make sure you follow through on them. A vision board will help you follow through, track your progress and all of that. So, and occasionally you can revise it. You could add new goals to it, you can add new plans to it, you can add new resolutions to it, and in some cases you can take stuff out. One thing I like to say is, when you're creating goals, I like to think of very long-term goals, like goals I can think of in a stretch. Like for my education, I know that this is the number of degrees I want to get, and then I begin to break them down into periods. Okay, I'm going to do this, focus on this year, focus on this other part in the next 2 years, and then focus on the last part in the next 4 years, so to speak. So think of long-term goals, like long-term stretch of goals, and then break them down into periods. For some people, it might be relationships. You want to get married in 2026, you have to start taking steps to, finding a partner, dating them, learning everything that you feel you can learn within the period of your, should I say, courting period now, and then probably plan the wedding and eventually you get married by that particular year, right? So think of long-term goals and then break them down into medium and then smaller goals. It's easier to take on a big or a huge goal when you've broken them down into chunks. So one thing that you should do with vision boarding is don't overboard yourself. All right, take it in bits. You don't have to have like giant stuff. Some things are achievable. You can't predict what would happen when you're thinking about time or fate or circumstances, but don't overburden yourself. You don't have to have 100 goals in 1 year. Most times those kind of stuff are not possible unless they're just like shallow goals. No goal is shallow, but like very fickle, light goals. There are some goals that we know that if you put them and stretch them out in 1 year, you'll not be able to do them or accomplish them. So just don't overburden yourself. Stretch out your goals. Think long term and then break them down into chunks. They help you plan better. Vision board, or to just write out resolutions. Well, like I said, if you see visuals, it helps your psychological process. It helps you work better towards all of those stuff rather than just writing stuff out and then forgetting about them. There's this thing that people do, the same resolutions that you had in 2022, the same resolutions that you're having in 2023, and you still didn't finish them in 2023. You're taking them to the next year, 2024. Nah, I don't think you should do that. So just take actionable steps, make them more visual and see them. So this video is not exhaustive. right? It's just an intro, it's just a starter to what vision boarding is. You can read more about this on the blog. I'll be putting a link to it in the description. And also, please share this video to somebody that you know. So you don't have to do your vision board alone. You can do it with your friends, you can do it with family, you can do it with your partner, right? So vision boarding is not something that you could do alone. You could be a group of 5 and then create a vision board together. So it's not a boring process. It's active, it's alive. Or you can join their, I think there are paid groups, or yeah, there are paid platforms where you can join so I say public speakers or mentors or coaches, and then vision board for the year. All right, so this video is just an introduction to what vision boarding is. It's not exhaustive. If you want to read more or know more about it, please click the link that I'll be adding in the description to read more about it on the blog. And also, if this video you found it beneficial or helpful, please share with your friends. Don't be stingy, share. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Thank you, and as I love to say, a drop of fun for your day. Bye guys.